Good morning, everyone. It's Rose Coleman coming to you live from my craft room here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. And I've got my coffee in my Yellowstone mug. I've had this mug for a very long time. We went on a family road trip with some really great friends of ours, and we discovered Yellowstone National Park. Oh my gosh. And when we left, I said, we need to come back here at least 3 or 4 more times to see everything, right? We enjoyed it so much. It's such a gorgeous place. So here's my mug to remind me of it. And you know me, I love my big coffee mugs, right? In the morning I love to have one big coffee, and then I switch to peppermint tea for the rest of the day because I gotta sleep, right? How are y'all doing? Thank you all for popping on. I see everybody joining me. So good to have you with me. Today I'm going to recreate a card from one of my team members, Bonnie. So when you join my Stampin' Up! Team, we have so many fun things that we do together. And one of the things we do is we swap. Okay, so Bonnie is actually my swap coordinator, and she coordinates the swaps. So basically she puts up the ideas for everybody and picks something new every month. And we also do set sampler swaps, which means we pick a stamp set from a new catalog or the bundle, and we make 5 cards using that stamp set. I love it because you get a class ready to go, right? 5 cards using one excuse me, using one bundle. So it's such a fun thing to do. So if you're from Canada, because I'm only allowed to sell to Canadians, we're only allowed to sell in our markets, and you want to join my team, you're missing out on the fun. So I want to say join today, because you can actually pre-order from I'm looking around for my mini catalog because I take it everywhere with me. And you know what? I took it upstairs when I was having my coffee and I didn't bring it back down. But I can only show you the cover anyway. But the mini catalog that starts on July 1st and goes all the way to December, you can pre-order right now in your starter kit. You can get all that stuff, and then you can start to order from it yourself as a demonstrator and get your discount, and you can earn all the free celebration stuff. It's like the best deal ever. I keep talking about it. You guys know me. All right, so I'm going to share with you one of the cards that Bonnie made, and I was so impressed by it that I want to recreate it. All right, so we're going to flip the camera. Thank you, everybody. I see your comments. I always love to hear from you, so leave me a comment or a thumbs up or a like. I'd love to know where you're joining me from. That's always a real personal interest of mine, to know who's with me, who's watching, right? So I enjoy Stampin' Up! So much. You guys hear me talk about it all the time, and it makes my heart so happy to demonstrate. That's my name. I'm a demonstrator. So I love to demonstrate these amazing products. And I really, truly believe that there aren't enough people in the world that know about this amazing company. So I invite you to check it out, no matter where you're joining me from. Okay, let's flip, and we're going to get started. We're playing with nature prints this week, so I've got another fun card to share with you from that one. Good morning, Sylvia. Thank you for joining me. Hi, everybody. Okay, so let's flip now, and we're going to get started. Here we go. All right, there's a look at my backyard, which is finally drying out a little bit. We had a ton of rain here in Calgary last few days, but I was already out for my walk this morning. It's a beautiful morning here, really peaceful to get out early in the morning. I love it. Good morning from Oklahoma. Oh my gosh, thank you for joining me, Jennifer. Love having you guys with me and telling me where you're from. Okay, so I've got a mess going on here, but we're going to sort it out. Okay, so I'm going to bring in the Nature Prints stamp set and show you. It is such a stunning stamp set with all these beautiful background or greenery pieces. We've got a splatter here, and we got some really nice greetings, right, that you can use all year round. We can all use thank you cards. Hello there. I used that one yesterday, and I'm probably going to use that one again today. Best wishes and happy thoughts. If you've got weddings coming up, a wedding coming up, or even a graduation, like that's such a great greeting, right? You're on my mind, right? Just love that. Hi, Bev from Castlegar. Thank you for joining me. Good to see you with me. Okay, so this is my stamp set. Now the matching dies that go with it that you can get all of it. You get 10% when you buy the bundle, right? So we're just going to come in here, and I'm just going to try and organize these a little bit better because I've been having so much fun with these. They're kind of all over the place. Let me show you. Okay, so this is what the entire set looks like for the dies. We're going to play with this one today. We haven't played with this wreath, and I think there's a lot of potential with this one. So we're going to do that. We're going to use the label die again. And we're also going to use, let's see, this one right here. We're going to cut a couple of sprigs, okay? All right, so let's get started. I've got my stamp here. We're going to do some stamping and then some cutting, and then I'll show you the pieces, and we'll assemble this gorgeous, gorgeous card. So the wreath. Now, you guys know I love my mini boss, but there is a 3-inch limitation to the width, right? So this one does not fit. I've tried every which way. Yeah, it's too wide. It's a little too wide this way, that way. So save yourself the trouble and just go ahead and use this on your big boss, okay? This one needs the big boss. Now these little ones, they can be used with the mini boss because they're small enough. Okay, so let's do some stamping. I'm going to stamp 2 of the sprigs and 1 of the hello there. So I've got my scrap paper here. We're going to put 1 here. And let's see, will this one fit? Oh yeah, look at that, it will. Okay, so we're going to do this one here. And then I'm going to do hello there. I know I'm using Starry Sky again. It's such a great color. I love it. And I'm using it because it matches the Sunprints paper, the 12 by 12 paper that I've shown you many times here. That one fits, or that one matches. So we're going to use Starry Sky for that. So I'm going to pop this die right here. And then we're going to do this one. And I have to do it twice because I only got 1 die that coordinates. So we'll run that through. Now these do fit, as I mentioned, through the mini boss. You bought adhesive magnet sheets that hold your die cut securely in the case. Easy to take in. And yes, I do that too, Kathy. I just haven't got around to getting out and getting some new ones. I have so many new stamp sets arriving that I just can't keep up. Isn't that? It's a good problem to have, I know. I usually buy them at our local Dollarama store. They're photo magnets basically, and I would store them in my case on the left-hand side and keep them with my stamp sets. So what I'm trying to say is when you open your stamp set, you've got your stamps here, and then I would put my magnetic sheet here, and then the dies would sit there. So that's normally what I do. I don't normally keep them on that plastic or the wax paper thing that it comes in, sheet that comes with it. I take them off. The magnetic sheets are amazing. You can, of course, if you can get them from Stamp and Storage. Those are the real good ones if you're in the market. I'm not an affiliate for Stamp and Storage, but they do have amazing products. So there's one. There's my greeting. I'm going to put that off to the side, and let's quickly pop this back in again and do that other sprig. This one right here. And I'm just going to line that up and make sure it's in place. There we go. And we're going to put this on top and run it through. All right, so we've got all these little pieces done. The next thing I need to do is do that big, the wreath shape. I'm excited about that one because I haven't used it yet, and it is awesome. I'm going to do that one with vellum today. So, oh my gosh, I'm getting all crooked here. Let's just straighten up a bit. Okay, so let's close up this mini boss. And we're going to move that off to the corner of my desk where it likes to sit. Gonna bring in the big kahuna. Actually, before I bring that in, I'm going to trim down my vellum first because it has to be small enough to fit through the machine. So, grab my paper trimmer. And this is what I like to do. This is real life here. So I take the die and I lay it on my trimmer, okay? And you're probably thinking, what are you doing? But I want to know what size it is. So I'm going to measure. So if I cut my vellum to 4 inches, I should be good. If I turn it this way, yep, I'm going over 4 inches. So I think I'm going to cut my vellum. I'm going to cut my vellum into quarters. So I'm just going to go 4 1/4 in half. And then I'm going to double it up because this trimmer is strong enough to cut through both. And then I'm going to double it up and I'm going to cut it at 5.5. And then I should have no worries. I've got a big enough piece to cover that vellum. Okay, so I only need one of them. So let's get rid of my trimmer. Put that back where it belongs and we're going to cut. So there we go. We've got a good sized piece. And let's bring in the big guy, the big boss. And sometimes you need the big boss, right? Sometimes you just can't get it through the mini boss, although the mini boss, I use it all the time, just about every day. Not many of the dies are too big for the mini, but this one is. So we're going to put this, my favorite way to cut is to lay the die cut down and put my vellum on top. So the blade of the die cut is pointing up. I'm going to grab my cutting plate and then I'm going to run it through. All that cracking sound is normal. A new demonstrator or a new stamper often contacts me and they're like, Rose, what is that cracking sound? I'm breaking my machine. And I'm like, no, you're not. You are not breaking your machine at all. That is a normal sound of the machine doing what we want it to do, right? We want it to crack. We want it to cut. And that's what it's doing. So here's my vellum. So let's just be a little gentle taking out the centerpiece here. There we go. Look at that beautiful vellum reef. Oh my gosh, it's stunning. I love vellum because it's very subtle and it adds really nice touch to your card. All right, let's bring in some pieces here. I've got my card base. We're going to use thick white. And I didn't get to score this. Hi, Karen. Thanks for joining me. I didn't get to score, but this is 4 1/4 cut down the long side. And I'm going to turn it, pop it into my trimmer. I'm just going to score it at 5.5. Easy peasy. So it's going to be a side opening card, okay? So the spine is on the side here. All right. So now bring in my little bone folder and reinforce that score line. Then I have another layer of that gorgeous 3D fern. What thickness is the vellum? It's the vellum cardstock from Stampin' Up. Janet, or not Janet, who asked that question, Bonnie. It's the only one we sell in the catalog. It's the cardstock, vellum cardstock. We used to sell 2 types of vellum, but I think we just have the one now. So that's what I've got. So I've got my cardstock piece here with my embossing. So I'm just going to bring in my glue and put this on. We're going white on white. I love a nice white card. It really makes the images pop when you put white on white, when you put the colored images on. Okay, so this is going on here, just like that. Let's line it up. The liquid glue gives you a little bit of wiggle room to make sure, in case you got something not quite straight, you can lift it. You've got about 3 seconds, I think, before it's stuck for good, because it is definitely an amazing glue. Okay, so I have here a piece of the Sun Prints paper. And it measures, let me just double check with my ruler. It measures 2 inches by 3 3/4. I've got a piece of Starry Sky that measures 2 1/4 by 4. So we're going to put this on here just like that. We're going to layer it. Love the layers. It's all about the layers. Hello, Noreen. That's a beautiful name. Thank you for joining me. Hello, everybody. Thank you for popping on. I really appreciate you guys coming back. It's Thursday. That means that tomorrow is Fun Fold Friday. I love Fun Fold Friday. Our daughter is 16 and she is in grade 11 and she is performing tonight at her school. I cannot wait. We get to go and watch her perform in a drama play. So it's so exciting. I can't wait to see her. First time we've been able to do any of this stuff in like almost 3 years, right? These poor kids that have got a terrible, well, not terrible, but you know what I mean? Not the normal high school experience, let me tell you, because of COVID. Okay, so I didn't tell you what I did here. I put this on but you saw me. Put the DSP on, put the cardstock on. I lined it up to the left, flush with the spine of the card. Okay, now I have another piece of Starry Sky. And this one measures 3 by 3. So this is a 3 by 3 square, And then I have another piece of the DSP that measures 2 3/4. We're going to layer that on here. And just going to put this on real quick. Oh, I love these patterns. And the white just pops, right? I think with the white background, it's going to pop even more. So this is going to sit right here, just like that. I love the rectangle, the square, all of it. It just looks so fantastic, I think. All the layers. So this is going to go over here. And I'm going to raise it up a little bit so we can see a little bit of the rectangle at the bottom, but I've got equal amounts on the corners over here. Okay, to continue on with the layering, we're going to bring in that beautiful vellum reef, and we're going to put a little bit of glue on it. Sometimes with vellum, it's tricky because you can sometimes see the glue, right? But I'm just going to strategically go around here and put some dots. And there's going to be things on top of this vellum that are going to help aid in holding it down. So I'm not too worried about seeing the glue because we're also going to bling it up too. So I don't think you'll be able to see the glue. Now, if you don't want to press that part now with your hand and get glue on your hand, you can actually take your silicone mat and lay it on top and then just press. And this is what I'm doing. I'm just pressing so that any excess glue, see that, ends up on my silicone mat. Then I don't have to worry about it. Now it's still popping up a little bit, but that's okay. Actually, you know what? Let's just leave this on here, put it off to the side, and let's work on the other parts. So I have my pieces that I ran through the machine, these 2 sprigs, and my hello there. So we're going to put these on dimensionals. We're going to pop this up. So let's bring in some dimensionals. Okay, so I've got big dimensionals, I got mini dimensionals. Let's see what we need here. So we'll put big ones wherever they fit, but I love that Stampin' Up! Has mini dimensionals because, you know, sometimes you want to pop up something and it's tiny. You don't want to see the dimensionals, right? So I'm going to use mini ones and put them on these sprigs. Just going to pick them up here with the pointy part of my Take Your Pick tool, put one there, and one there. So I got a big one at the top and then a small one at the bottom. So let's peel all these pieces off. And then we're going to put these on our card. All right, so let's bring this back. See how it's sitting nicely now? It just needed that little help from my silicone mat, which I will clean off later. Okay, so we're going to put one sprig coming up this way. We're going to put another sprig coming down this way. I'm loving it already. What do you guys think? It's just so beautiful. Like, I love the blue. This starry sky is really speaking to my heart. I love it. And then we're going to take this hello there and we're going to put that right in the center where those 2 sprigs meet. Oh my gosh, I love it. Let's bring in some bling. I'm going to use pearls. I obviously need to get a new package of pearls. I'm running out. That's okay. There's always more where that came from, right? So I'm going to put one there. Let's see. You can bling it up as much as you want. I'm going to put one on the DSP. And let's see. Let's grab another one. You can use the putty side of your Take Your Pick tool to pick up the bling as well. Put another one there. I'm going to use 5 today. So the artistic rule for embellishments is to use odd numbers, right? You ever hear of that? 3 is definitely great. I usually use 3 on my projects, but today I'm going for 5. We're going to do 5. And there we have it. All right. What do you guys think? Isn't it pretty? It is so elegant, Evelyn. I totally agree. I love it. Kudos to my team member, Bonnie. This was her swap card, and I absolutely loved it so much. I had to recreate it. I love the subtleness from the vellum and the pearls. It would make a beautiful wedding card, don't you think? You could put, if I were to make this a wedding card, I would just change out the stamp and I would use best wishes and happy thoughts. That would be a gorgeous wedding card. So I'm just going to flip you back around. And hopefully you could hear me. I didn't have my AirPod in today in my ear, so hopefully my voice was loud and clear enough that you could understand me. And thank you all again for joining us. Always in odd numbers. Yep, you do you. Yeah, you don't have to. I mean, totally. It's totally up to you. You could put 6 on here, and I don't think people are going to be like, oh my God, she used 6 pearls and not 5. I hope I've inspired you to get the Nature's Print bundle and the entire suite. If you purchase the entire suite from my online store, I'm going to send you all 5 cards, the pieces, so that you can die cut your own, stamp your own, and you can make your own cards, 5 cards this week. So the deadline for that is Sunday. This is a special that I'm offering when you purchase the entire suite or something equivalent. Okay, so you can go to the catalog. If you're from Canada and you purchase this suite with that 1 item code, I will get an email notification, and then I'm going to send you all the pieces and the envelopes to make these 5 cards that I'm making this week. So I hope you'll come back and join me tomorrow. It's Friday. I love to do fun folds on Friday. So I will see you at 9:30 Mountain Standard Time tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Have a great day. Bye-bye.